So, I don't have any week 8. It's supposed to be week 8 for Fox and Thoughts, but I decided to just go with a little title. It's Suddenly Cold and Disney. So, these are just my thoughts and stuff. Okay. Well, it's suddenly cold. It became October here where I live in Japan, and oh, hi, by the way, I'm Enna, in case you didn't know that. Um, Suddenly I get this feeling when it gets cold like this and it's October. I want to be in a cozy, warm blanket with some warm tea and wear some warm, fuzzy socks with cat paws on them. And suddenly I'm in the mood to write stories taking place in autumn, and I want pumpkin things to eat and warm stew. It's just that feeling in the air that autumn is here. I know some of you on the other side of the equator are starting to experience spring or summer. I'm not actually sure which. Okay, so if it's going to be winter here, it's probably going to be summer. So the days are getting warmer for some of you, but here the days are getting cooler and the leaves are starting to change. Everyone on Instagram is getting into the Halloween mode. I mean, some people were already in September. And everything is just nice and autumn right now. And I do wish that me and my partner can like find some time and go see some beautiful foliage somewhere this year, like we couldn't last year because we were both so busy, but hope that we can do it this year. So anyway, yeah, it's suddenly cold and it suddenly cooled down. I had to get out my warm blanket last night because I was cold. I was freezing. So I thought I put it in. I have my, like, I don't have a lot of storage space, so I have my really thick blankets in suitcases. So I got one suitcase down, and I'm like, wait, that's not where it is. Like, where did I put, like, which suitcase? And I'm like, wait, did I put it in my super duper humongous heavy suitcase? And yes, I did put it in my super duper humongous heavy suitcase, so I had to get that down. It's already down, but I had to get it out and get the blankets out, and it was kind of a hassle in the middle of the night, but anyway, you do what you gotta do to stay warm. I'm in that mood where I feel like, cozying up with a cat, but I don't have a cat. Wish I had a cat here. We actually can't have pets in this apartment, but wish to have a cat sometime again in the future. That would be nice. What is it that you feel like doing when it suddenly gets cold? Let me know in the comments. So, I saw the trailer. We're changing topics now. I saw the trailer of Moana 2, the full trailer. Okay, so I saw it on Instagram actually. I did go looking for it later on YouTube. Anyway, it actually looks good. I mean, there were some parts of the plot that were like, I don't understand, but maybe because it's the trailer, that's just the way things are for trailers. But also, I did think that they do just show the good parts in the trailer. So you don't know, like, they only show the epic parts, right, for a trailer. And sometimes you don't even see some of the scenes that appear in the trailer in the actual movie. Sometimes maybe it's just a second or something, or you don't actually see it at all or something. Anyway, I didn't really understand the significance of the plot. I mean, like, apparently Moana has to go on another adventure, okay? It's like Frozen 2. She's called again by the ancestors for another adventure. But she's pretty adventurous, so it's gonna be fine. She has to go and connect the scattered islands, or connect the other people to the island or something. I feel like that's physically impossible. Like, if the islands are scattered around, I mean, those are physical things. I don't know how you would connect them, but anyway. And so there was this little girl that came out in the initial trailer, in the first like glimpse of trailer, and I thought, wait, does Moana have a child now? But no, it's not her child. She actually has a little sis. And so there's this scene in the trailer. I don't know if it's going to actually be in the actual movie, but there's this scene in the trailer where Moana has come back from like a 3-day trip. And then she sees the little sister and she's like, little sis. And the little sis is like, big sis. And I'm like, I feel like that they had to do, it feels so weird. Like, wouldn't they just call them each other by their names? It just felt weird. I feel like they had to do that because otherwise we would think Moana has a child. But it's not her child. It's her little sis. And so when I thought, okay, it's her little sister, I mean, I got confused. How old was Moana supposed to be in the first movie? And how old is she supposed to be in the second movie? Like, how many years? I mean, the little sister looks like she's about 3 or 4 years old. Maybe 5. I don't know. But she sounds really young, so I think 3 years old. 4 is pushing it, I feel like. But anyway, so she says, so Moana says, little sis. And then little sister says, big sis. And I'm like, I don't know about that scene anyway. So I went to the Disney's Walt Disney Studio video or something. I think that's the channel name. And saw the 2 trailers. Okay, so I took screenshots because I don't feel like I could actually play the trailers for you. So there's this ancestor thing happening again. I told you that she's called by her ancestors to do something. Apparently Moana is a wayfinder. I don't remember that being her title in the first movie, so I don't know what this wayfinder stuff is. I don't even know what a wayfinder is, but maybe we'll get some sense in the movie. But apparently, because she's a wayfinder, she is being called on by these ancestors, so they have this scene. You should probably be looking at the screen right now. Where the lightning is, like, she's looking into this cup to see her future or something, or her purpose, I don't know. And then there's this lightning hits the gathering place, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's a call from the ancestors to connect the islands that the people were trying to connect before. Oh yeah, I pulled up this screen of her and her little sister. Her little sister says, you've been gone forever, and she says, it's only been 3 days. And I'm like, that was kind of sweet because little kids feel the passage of time slower than older kids. I don't know if Moana is considered to be an older kid. I feel like she's supposed to be an adult now, but anyway. So there's these ancient carvings somewhere again. Apparently the ancestors, her ancestors were trying to connect the other islands. I don't know how you connect them. I mean, islands are physical things, so I don't know how it's going to play out. But anyway, more lore that I feel like we should have known in the first movie, but we didn't because they didn't plan it, probably. So, of course, in the movie, we're going to get the pig. Actually, the pig, I forgot what his name was, but the pig is going to go on the adventure this time. And there's going to be the chicken, Hey Hey. Of course, I think Hey Hey was his name, right? He's going to be there and be stupid and also somehow very, very resilient. Oh yes, Moana is going to have a crew now. There seems to be this old guy in the trailer, one of the trailers that I saw. The old guy was saying, a farmer at sea. So he's a farmer. The oldest guy is a farmer. There's this young woman, and there's also this young guy. The young guy was like, I get to go I get to go with Moana, yay, or something like that. So I don't know if, I don't know. Are they setting us up for like some potential romance plot, or is this, there's not gonna be any romance in this movie? I have no idea. Anyway, so she has a crew with her this time, so that's going to change a bit of the adventure dynamic, I feel like, because in the first movie it was just her and Maui, right? And now maybe we're going to see, I don't know what her arc is going to be, because the first one was like her finding herself or something like that, right? Getting confidence or whatever. I don't know. I felt like she was pretty confident already. Maybe the second movie is going to be like how she manages her crew or something, so it's not going to be just her solo adventure anymore. But I feel like because it's been supposedly been some years, I mean, there was the birth of her sister and everything like that, so it's been at least 3 years. She would have had to go on an adventure or something, taking other people with her, right? I mean, what else was she doing during those 3 years? Anyway, I don't know what it's going to be like. I feel like maybe, like, she might be tested on her leadership skills or something like that. I feel like that would happen. I mean, otherwise, the other crew would just be there existing for, like, no reason. But I feel like there might be some kind of trouble with maybe the crew get, like, disgruntled or something. Like, why aren't you letting us do anything? Because I feel like Moana is like, I'm gonna do it all myself kind of girl. So maybe she has to learn to rely on other people. Maybe it's gonna be that kind of movie. So yes, of course, what is a Moana movie without Maui? And there's this scene in the trailer where she's like, Maui, I could really use your help right now. And then Maui appears. So I don't know if she can somehow like summon him on, just summon him whenever she wants, or is it like they haven't seen each other in 3 years? I don't really know what the situation is going to be like, but it's going to be interesting because now there is a crew that sees Maui for the first time. Maui appears and one of the crew members sees him and kind of faints, so it's going to be interesting with this guy dealing with the other crew members. There might be a weird dynamic going on. I don't really know. So I was like, what are they fighting against in this movie? What is the adventure? What is going on? So there's this evil, what looks like an evil bird lady god thing going on. When I saw this scene with the lady standing in front of the gigantical, it might be a moon, it might be a giant pearl or something, I don't know, but it reminded me of this. See, I've been watching my partner play Elden Ring, and there's this lady with a moon on a ocean type of water type of scene, and it reminded me of that, the moon magic lady. She can make a full moon appear and throw a full moon at you, cause damage. It reminded me of that. Anyway, so there is this lady, this bird lady. So apparently they're gonna fight the bird lady. At least Maui's gonna fight the bird lady. I don't know what Moana's gonna do. So she has to go on this adventure, and there's this scene where she's leaving for the adventure, and little sis is like, I don't even know what her name is, we just call her little sis, is like, oh, what if you never come back? She's like, I'll be back, And I thought, you know what? Did Disney introduce little sis, bring up little sis, so that Moana is like, I need to go back for my little sister, which is all heartwarming and everything, but like, why couldn't have just been like, she has to go back to her aging parents? I mean, her parents, they have gray hairs in them and they look pretty like older now, maybe, they could have made it like maybe her mother is sick or her father is sick or something, and maybe the evil god's curse of the ancestors is affecting the father and he's sick, and that's why she has to go and break the curse. It's an ancient curse, oh my gosh. And that is what is making me sick, so you have to go and break the curse, Moana. And then she's like, I have to get back for my father. I don't know what the significance of having this little sister character now is, other than Moana being like, I have to go home for my little sister. I quite like my idea of the father being sick because of the angry god's curse. I mean, otherwise, why is it important to connect the islands? I don't know how you're going to connect the islands, but anyway, so she goes on the adventure, and there's these coconut guys. I feel like these coconut guys came out in the first movie, or am I hallucinating? So there's these coconut guys, and of course, the trailer ends with a funny scene of a Moana being like, bring it on, I can evade these darts, and then some coconut guy gets her from behind, and she's like rats, and then she like falls to the ground. Of course, there's going to be a funny scene at the end of the film at the end of the trailer with some epic music to make you want to watch the movie even more, because they want to remind you this is also going to be funny. I think it's going to be pretty good based on that first trailer that I saw. This is actually the second trailer that I saw, so the first trailer I'm going to get into in a bit. So, I mean, it actually looks kind of good. I mean, based on the little teaser that they did in the beginning, which was just Moana blowing a conch shell, is that what they're called? For some reason, and then just running through a forest and being epic, like brave for some, like the movie Brave, and just being like, the ancestors are calling me to connect the islands. And I'm like, okay, all right, so what? But this gave us a little bit more meat, and I think that was good, but I'm not entirely sure what the significance of all this extra plot stuff is. Anyway, so okay, so the next trailer, so actually the second trailer that I saw was the second trailer that I'm talking about is the first trailer that I saw on Instagram. Okay, so there is this scene, they were in both trailers, this map scene where they're like showing that there was this island that is cursed by an angry god, but all the ancestors were trying to connect the islands. I don't know how, but anyway, so we do get a scene with Moana and little sis being like, don't worry, the ocean will connect us, you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to worry about me, the ocean will connect us, it's fine. And there's a scene where little sis meets Ocean, the ocean is my friend type of thing, and yeah. So, okay. And then during the adventure, I was like trying to find out exactly what is going on with this adventure. There's this vortex ocean epic. It's pretty. It's very pretty. The colors are really pretty in this movie, but some kind of vortex scene. I don't know if they go down into it and it's like another world, or if world filled with gods and monsters or something, or they get dangerously close to it and have to kind of save themselves. It reminds me of World's End, Pirates of the Caribbean 4, World's End, where there's this ocean vortex thing caused by Calypso, and all the boats are like trying not to get pulled down into the water hole, into the water vortex thing. Whirlpool, that's what they're called, the whirlpool. Yeah, so they're trying not to get pulled into the whirlpool. It kind of reminded me of that. There are probably plenty of movies taking place on the ocean where they have this whirlpool. Oh my gosh, we have to be careful not to get into the whirlpool. Um, we don't know what's down there. We could drown. Anyway, so there's this whirlpool vortex looking type of thing. It's probably magical. And then, okay, so when this scene came up, it looks like one of those deep sea creatures, but bigger and more like monstrous. With these shiny, pretty, glowy fins and everything. Um, I tried to get a screenshot, a good clear screenshot of this monster, but even when I slowed the clip down to the slowest, I still couldn't get it. So this blurry picture is all you're gonna get. And during this scene, the voiceover says, crazy monsters. So apparently there's going to be some crazy monsters. And if you look at the next clip, yes, this looks like a pretty crazy monster. I have a feeling, because in the first movie, we had that giant crab crustacean guy, right? And he did the Shiny song. And I feel like we're going to get something like that. I mean, yes, this is an epic movie, going to be like an epic adventure, supposed to be an epic adventure movie, but it's also going to be kind of a musical, right? So we're probably going to get at least one monster doing a song. And I feel like the evil bird lady that I mentioned before is going to sing. I feel like that she might have an evil, like, villain song or something. I feel like that. I mean, it would be a good part to put it in. That's my prediction. So here we have a screenshot I took of the evil god guy. He's just a big cloud with pink lightning and stuff. He has a little face on top, an evil little face. I am not sure why he is just over this one island and not like have, you know, took over other islands. Maybe we'll find out why it's just this island for some reason, but so he's an angry god. I don't know what he's so angry about, but he's an angry god. It's been supposedly 3-4 years, right, since the first adventure. So I'm not sure what he's been up to during that entire time. But anyway. Oh, okay. Moana is going to reunite with Grandma Ghost. I am guessing that this scene is going to be during a time when Moana is down in the dumps. Like, she's at her lowest point, nothing is working, and here comes Grandma being all wise and grandmotherly and comforting, as she always is. So she is going to come and help Moana out somehow, say some wise and quotable words or something like that. And then we get this scene where Moana is being like swinging around in epic somehow, and it's like the voiceover was like it was something like they're all counting on us, or like the ocean is counting on us, or it's up to us to connect them, or something really main character heroine epic quotable thing or something like that. And I don't know what this actual scene is. It might not be the actual, because it's a voiceover, right? So the actual scene might not be an actual epic scene. It just might have been like, let's just put this clip in the trailer because it looks epic, to just like hype it up and stuff. So, and of course, we get another funny bit in the trailer because they have to remind you that this is also going to be kind of a comedy. Moana is being all serious. It's like, this is serious, she says. And then Maui with this half shark thing is just, what? Is something distracting you? And so this shark guy was like what he changed into in the first movie, and he didn't realize that he was this half shark man. So this is him. He's doing this on purpose right here. Um anyway, so that is Moana 2. So with all these things, thinking about all these things, there's this evil god. She, for some reason, is called on by her ancestors. Why is it her? I mean, yeah, she's the main character of this movie, and of course, because she's the main character, it's going to happen to her. But, like, why is it her? Like, what is the significance? The first movie, I understood the significance because she's being called to the ocean. She can't go. They're like stopping her from going because it's so dangerous. She can't go. She can't go. But then she gets this stone and she has to go and return the heart of Tefiti. Tefiti, right? Yeah. And so there's a purpose. Like she has this stone that she is given. She finds as a child, and then again she finds it again as an adult. It's like you have to return the heart of Tefiti. You have to get Maui to go with you because he took it initially and he's at fault or something like that. So it makes sense why it was her, because the ocean first gave it to her because it's like her calling. The second one, I'm not sure from the trailer like what her personal purpose is and how she's going to go. Like I did say that maybe her leadership qualities or something are going to be questioned because of she has a crew now and she has to learn how to manage a crew, but I'm not sure what she was doing in the 3 years. Was she going off adventuring by herself? Well, what exactly was she doing? Maybe we'll find that out in the movie. It's coming on November 27. I think that's what the trailer said. So they'll be like this Thanksgiving, so it's going to be a Thanksgiving movie apparently. Will I watch it? Yes, I do want to watch it just to see what it's all about. Not that I'm particularly, I just want to know what more lore they've added to this Moana 2. I feel like it's going to be like a Frozen moment where the first movie, it was like, it's just going to be one movie. But then they thought, wait, we can add more lore to this. And so there's going to be a lot of, I feel like there's going to be a lot of info dump. Like in Frozen where they had all this stuff with the elements and spirits and all this kind of thing. I mean, it looked epic and there were some funny moments and there were some like sad moments and it was actually good, and it was epic, and Elsa saved the day and it was pretty cool and everything how she did it. It's like, yeah, that moment where she's riding the horse. If you haven't seen it, you should, just for the fun of it. Of course, there's Olaf with the comedy and everything like that. And so I feel like Moana 2 is going to be like Frozen 2, where it's going to be a little bit of info dumpy lore. There's going to be a lot of information you're going to have to remember with all the different gods coming up and all the thing with the angry god suddenly appearing. I mean, we didn't get any sense that there was any danger like that from the first movie. Just like in Frozen, where it's like, I don't know. But at least in Frozen, for the second one, we find out like the truth of Elsa's powers. And it was a lot of lore and a lot of information to keep track of while watching the movie. But yeah, we had a lot of stuff to remember. It was just a lot. But we did find out the secrets to Elsa's powers. But for Moana's case, I don't know. She doesn't have powers particularly, right? No, she's not magical. I mean, there are magical things around her, but she's not particularly magical, right? I'm not sure. Anyway, she's apparently a wayfinder, but is that somehow magic? I don't really know. Maybe we'll find out the secrets of Moana, like why the ocean chose her specifically, like what is her significance. I'm hoping that. Because for Elsa, we sort of found out her origins of her power, but it's a little bit confusing, actually, the origins of her power. I'm still really, really confused of how Elsa's parents play a part in Elsa's powers. Um, because I thought the powers were like a curse, but it's not. I don't know. There was some like things that didn't match up with the first movie. I feel like Moana 2 is going to be exactly like that. There's going to be things that don't match up with the first movie. Like, what were they doing these last 3, 4 years? She even has a little sister. What's going on with that? No idea. But I'm going to watch it. Just because it looks, I mean, it's probably going to be heartwarming and funny and epic. So I'm here for that. Um, I have, it's just, I don't know if she's going to have an arc, but I hope it's going to be about leadership because I think that's like the next step for her. Yeah. Anyway, that was Moana 2. So, what do you think? Do you think you will be watching this movie when it comes out in November? I probably won't see it in November. I'll probably wait until it comes to DVD or Amazon Prime or something because there is no movie theater near me, and if a movie comes to Japan, sometimes I can watch it in the theaters that it's not dubbed, but sometimes it is dubbed, and I don't want to watch the dubbed version. I want to watch the original version, so I might wait. But anyway, if you guys watch it, let me know if you liked it or not. Let me know if my predictions, like about her leadership arc, dealing with a crew, and like the evil bird lady having a singing sequence, and at least one of the monsters having a singing sequence. I mean, we have to remember how many songs were actually in the first movie. They only showed a song in the trailer, like in the beginning when Moana is coming back home and she's like to see her family again and her people again. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a whole lot of other songs in this movie. We just haven't seen them yet. Let me know if my prediction is right, that there is going to probably be an evil villain song. We might even get a villain song at the evil cloud god guy that is residing over this one single island. Why is he just over that one single island? Like, what is there? But anyway. So, that was Moana 2. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Now, next thing, the last thing I'm going to talk about. Just a little thing, okay? The Stitch. The Lilo and Stitch live action movie. It's real. It's real. It's actually real. Disney released a clip of Stitch climbing out of there's a Lilo and Stitch sort of screen, and then he climbs out of it like it's paper, and he's just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, all right. So there were some teasers, fake teasers and trailers and things made by AI going around before the summer or during the summer, and I briefly mentioned them. I think it was way before the summer, actually. Yeah, before the summer. And people saying like, oh, it's going to come out this year or whatever. It's actually coming out next summer, 2025. And so the AI Stitches and everything that people thought might be, this is what Stitch is going to look like, looked horrifying. So I was like, how is Disney actually going to make a live action Stitch? Look at the screen with me. This is Stitch. It's not too bad, actually. I mean, it's not, it's a little bit, it's like his eyes are kind of creepy. And he's a lot less blue. They went, I think they were trying to go a more natural blue than that sort of very, what is it, bright blue that he usually is. So they made it a more subtle color. Um, a little more natural looking. I'm not entirely sure. So, I tried to find a full teaser, like a full like clip of something, but all I could find that was definitely Disney was the short clip, like it was like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, of Stitch climbing out of the paper and just saying something, sitting down, laughing a little bit, and then running off screen. It's very short. So if you see anything else, like with actual like movie clips or anything, those are fake, okay? I mean, I looked at some and they were definitely, somebody put it together saying it's the official teaser trailer. Oh my gosh, but no, it's not. Disney has only released one short little thing of Stitch doing one short little thing. So, I am not going to watch Lilo and Stitch live action. I no, because Stitch isn't the only alien in that movie. Like they have, I don't remember their names, but they have the skinny alien and they have the chubby alien, the big guy. What was his name? And then they have the big guy that looks like a mix between a walrus and an elephant without ears. Who was evil, but then he wasn't evil. He was actually a softy looking kind of guy. Anyway, he is there, and so there are other creatures as well, other things and creatures. I don't know what they're going to do with those. I am a little bit scared of what they're going to look like. Yeah. And I did see some trailers of like Lilo and Stitch, but those were also fake. They used this Stitch to create like clips with this girl, but I don't think she was the real actress at all. Disney did release some like information of who Lilo was going to be in the beginning of this year. I'm pretty sure the little girl was different than the clip that I saw. So anyway, if you see any clips that are longer than 40 seconds, it's definitely not Disney. So don't trust that. Anyway, are you interested in watching a live action remake of a Lilo and Stitch? Like at this point, I feel like Disney is running out of remakes to remake. They're gonna start. Oh my gosh, I just had a thought. You guys. They're going to start making remakes of sequels. I bet you they're gonna do that. Like once you run out of the first movie, oh, you're gonna move on to the second. They're gonna make remakes of the sequels. I saw a video by a YouTuber, animator, slightly animated video about talking about Disney and live action remakes. I'll see if I can link their video in the description and you can go watch it too. He was basically talking about how there is going to be a Frozen 3, an Incredibles 3, and there was or is going to be a Toy Story 5, and he was joking, saying that by 2040 we're going to have a Toy Story 9. I'm like, you know what? I feel like that even could even be possible. He also said that Disney is running out of movies to remake. He also said that he feels like that Disney, after the success of the live action Alice in Wonderland, Um, then they had um, Beauty and the Beast, and was it Beauty and the Beast? Well, then they had was it Beauty and the Beast? Maleficent seemed to have done pretty well, and then they thought, you know what? Instead of making new things, let's make a live action remakes. And this YouTuber also speculated that these live actions are actually cheaper to make because animation, with technology advancing, is getting more expensive to make because of the technology. Even if the animators and other people want to create new stuff, it's like Disney is like, nah, too expensive or something like that. That's a speculation. I feel like that could be possible. I don't know, like, about how, like, I feel, would, are live actions cheaper to make? I don't know, but, isn't Disney supposed to be about heartwarming animations? I don't know anymore. I feel like Disney is in like a midlife crisis type of situation. They don't know what they want to do. The YouTuber suggested that maybe they just want to make toys out of everything. I don't really know what Disney wants to do anymore. It's like Disney has really lost, they've lost it, really. I don't feel, when I see before, when it was like a new Disney movie is coming up and I'm like, yes, a new Disney movie is coming, so excited, oh my gosh, what is it going to be this time? It was so like creative. They had Inside Out, they have Princess and the Frog, and other stuff. Yes, Frozen. As YouTuber is saying that he liked Frozen 1 was a good movie. I personally, I like the idea of a Frozen, but the plot holes in Frozen, plot holes in Frozen 1 just infuriated me. I liked Frozen 2 a lot better in terms of like patching up plot holes. Not within like the Frozen franchise, but just within Frozen 2. I felt like the movie was really patched up plot holes very nicely within the movie. I mean, there were still some things that were kind of confusing because they had a lot to cover. But yeah, I don't know why we need a Frozen 3. Who asked for that? Anyway, I do think that yes, Incredibles deserves like a whole Shrek treatment with like movie after movie after movie, because we still don't know what is going to happen to Jack's powers. Like, we need to get to the point where he's at least 6 or 7 years old and he's talking and stuff like that, and he's starting to figure out all his powers, and we see him having more control over it. I really like to see another Incredibles movie. Although, yeah, I mean, because Jack is just completely still a mystery, and I think they owe it to us to delve more into that. But Frozen, and I feel like Toy Story, to me, Toy Story 3 was like the ending for me. On like anything beyond that, it's like, I've had enough. I've had enough, really. It just lost the magic for me. I mean, lots of people are saying, oh my gosh, the other movies, the one with the talking fork guy is very good, but I'm like, nah, no, I'm not interested in it at all. So anyway, I talked a lot about Disney today. So what are your comments? Do you have thoughts? You know what? I need to tell you something about YouTube, okay, for a second here. So the truth is, I only get notified as a creator. I only get notified when you leave a comment. So even if you just leave an emoji, that's fine. Just prove to me that you were here. When I get a like on a video, like, I don't get a notification. Maybe I haven't turned it on or whatever. I don't get notifications when people like videos. I don't get notifications for like views or anything. The only notifications that I get is if you comment on a video. And so comment on this video whatever you want, whatever you feel like, give your thoughts on what do you like to do when it's starting to cool down and feeling all autumn and cozy? Or if you're on the other side of the equator, like, what are your plans for the summer? And you are going to, I've always wondered what Christmas is like when it's warm, like when it's summer. Like, what is that like? I know Australia is like, they have like Surfer Santa, but how true is that? Do kids actually believe that Santa comes on a surfboard, or do they believe in the Santa on the sleigh situation, even though he doesn't need a sleigh because it's not snowy? All that. And your thoughts on Moana 2. And if you watch it, let me know if my predictions were correct about the villain song and the leadership arc. And of course, one of the monsters are definitely going to get a song. I mean, we can't go into a Moana movie without a song from an evil monster guy. And will we get a song from Moana and Maui? We might get a song from Moana and Maui. We might. I have a feeling there's going to be a song from Moana. It's going to be a sad song. Like, it's not working out, kind of what am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be kind of song. Do you think there's going to be a whole bunch of added lore into this movie? Supposedly, maybe setting up for a Moana 3. Ugh, I don't know if I want to watch a Moana 3. That's too much. I don't know if I'm be interested in watching a Frozen 3. I feel like that's also too much, but anyway, well, anyway, movies are now pulling a Shrek on us, yeah, and the Lilo and Stitch live action remake, you gonna see that next year when it comes out? I am not. I'll probably actually rewatch the animated one because I haven't seen it in a while. I see clips sometimes, but I haven't seen the full thing in a while. Anyway, so the secret word for making it to the end of the video, if you really have no idea what to comment, just give me a you're welcome, because that was a song, wasn't it? So that's it. That is the end. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and yes, leave a comment. You can subscribe if you want to, and thumbs up and stuff like that. But I get notifications when you comment and subscribe. But I get notifications on videos when you comment. I don't get other notifications. So please leave a comment. It would really help. And we can have a chat in the comments. And that's it. I've already told you to have a lovely day. Keep hydrated. And the fox is out.